Kathleen Riethmuller was last captured on CCTV on 28 October 2021 at 2:46 p.m. She hasn't been seen since. Background: Kathleen was a 28-year-old data scientist born and raised in Brisbane, Australia. She attended Brisbane Girls Grammar School and subsequently studied a Bachelor of Business Management, Bachelor of Science at the University of Queensland. She moved to Sydney sometime after graduating university in 2015. At the time of her disappearance, Kathleen was renting an apartment in the CBD, but was known to frequent other locations. In the lead-up to her disappearance, between the 20th of October and the 22nd of October, she listed various homewares for sale on Gumtree. The items for sale included a yoga mat, a vintage room divider, a lamp, an easel, and a framed mosaic picture. It's unknown if anything was successfully sold. Disappearance. On 28 October, Kathleen checked into a backpackers' accommodation in Woolloomooloo. This seems strange. The backpackers' accommodation was approximately 1.5 kilometers away from the unit she was renting. Which leads you to wonder, why did she need to stay so close to home? Rather than going to her room once checked in, Kathleen immediately left the premises. She never went into her room. The person who checked her in described her as jittery. She was next caught on CCTV at a Bunnings store in Artarmon at 11:40 a.m., which is about 10 kilometers away. She was spotted again at 2:30 p.m. that afternoon in North Sydney, and once again at 2:46 p.m. walking towards Neutral Bay. She hasn't been seen since. She was wearing a face mask, a long-sleeved denim dress and black flat shoes. Later that afternoon, a member of the public found her belongings in a backpack in Lane Cove. Her phone was found by a different member of the public around the same time in a neighboring suburb. Police were contacted and appealed for assistance on 30 October 2021, and renewed this call mid-November after leads quickly ran cold. Her family were naturally concerned at her disappearance, and due to COVID-19 restrictions at the time, were unable to fly to Sydney to look for her. Whilst she was in regular contact with her family prior to her disappearance, she was very private, and didn't tell them much about her friendship circles or life in Sydney. Events after her disappearance. On November 25, media reported that her Gumtree adverts had vanished and that the profile she used was wiped clean. Police were known to be looking into these advertisements to see if there was a connection to her disappearance. At the same time, police came out and said that they believe that she may have traveled to Melbourne for employment opportunities. In February 2022, a new LinkedIn profile was created with her name and put the location as Rockhampton, Queensland. Police were notified and the account hasn't had any activity since. Reported this week, one of her social media profiles has been deactivated sometime since November. She had several accounts and would post photos of work conferences and new technology projects she was taking part in. Further, her account on Goodreads has recently been found. She would frequently read books along the lines of entrepreneurship and finance, self-help, mental health, career and business, and fiction. Whilst the account appears to not have anything added since July 2021. One reading list is named Kat's Fiction 2022 and contains 5 books. The Australian Police Force's Missing Persons website say that she is known to use the aliases Amy Munro, Kate Riethmuller, Margaret Riethmuller and Kate Muller. Conclusion. It's been now 7 months and 1 day since Kathleen went missing. I'm personally of the view that she's alive and does not want to be found. She kept her life secret from her family, chose to check in somewhere close to where she lived, and then disappeared. The minor social media activity since and various aliases support that something was going on in her life that she wanted to keep secret. And I think it's possible that she needed a fresh start under a different name. However, I don't see how she did this without necessities like her phone ID or bank cards. I think the case is really baffling. I'm curious to hear what others' thoughts are. Regardless, I hope that Kathleen is safe and well, wherever she is. There's an official Facebook page that updates as new information breaks.